You know the song If I Had $1,000,000 by Bare Naked Ladies, where they say they'd buy a llama or an emu. Would you then let that emu escape and tear across the highway? The Houston Chronicle reports that someone's emu escaped in the North Houston area, blocking traffic as it casually pranced through city streets. Some social media users mistook the large flightless bird for an ostrich. You know, because they're related, but not quite the same. Twitter user @RatchetNerd posted a video from her car of the emu crossing in front of a stoplight, as vehicles halted to allow it to pass. "Y'all, it's a whole ostrich in the street," she said in the video as she chuckled. Other social media users also caught wind of the feathered escapee. Another video captured by Yvette Justice Fleming shows the runaway emu walking around as it was followed by police cruisers, flashing their lights in pursuit of the exotic bird. "Do y'all see this ostrich?" Fleming asks in the video, which has garnered thousands of likes and shares. Twitter user @TheEthelBeavers even alerted KHOU 11 News of the loose emu and asked for help. "Not sure he should be hanging around McDonald's," she wrote, along with an emoji of a chicken leg. "I'm not sure Emu McNuggets would be at the top of my wish list." The Houston Police Department said they responded to a traffic hazard and added that the emu was eventually corralled and released to its owner. "If I had $1,000,000, I'd build a cage to keep the emu in." I also feel like I'd do something with Bare Naked Ladies as well.
One life down, 8 to go. KFSM5 News reports that the fire department in Fort Smith, Arkansas, went on a call to rescue a cat. But it's not what you're thinking. There was no cat stuck in a tree, but rather a kitten stuck inside an ATM. No one is quite sure how the kitten managed to get into the ATM or when, but Alexis Bloom, a cat and kennel tech at Fort Smith Animal Haven, has some ideas. "Probably trying to find shade is why, but I can't tell you how," Bloom said. "It's not every day you hear tiny meowing from the machine designed to take and give out cash, but it's what happened at the Regions Bank in Fort Smith. I never thought that somebody would be able to go up and make a withdrawal and get a cat out instead of some cash, so now we have both," said Ashley Dean, a vet tech at Fort Smith Animal Haven. The kitten was taken to the Animal Haven dehydrated, hungry, and in need of a name. The gray tabby was named Cash. What better to name a would-be cat burglar? Cash came to the shelter weighing in at just under a pound. The wannabe heavyweight showed his new caretaker some attitude after scarfing down some food and water and getting a much-needed bath. Cash has been adjusting well to his new environment and getting all the TLC he needs to make a full recovery. And before long, he'll be adopted to his forever home. Hopefully his mom isn't conspiring with her other kittens on how to steal the money that Cash failed to grab.
Imagine you're living in a place like Chicago. You look out into your backyard and you see wildlife typical of Illinois' biggest city. You know, raccoons and squirrels and armadillos. Yeah, that's right. UPI reports that armadillos have started migrating north and are making a home for themselves in the Midwest, even during the colder parts of the year. These warm weather creatures originally crossed the Rio Grande River in the 1850s, then the Mississippi River in the 1930s. By the 1990s, armadillos began making appearances in Tennessee, North Carolina, and Virginia. Historically, they have thrived in the Southwest, with Texas hosting the largest population in the United States. But thousands of miles farther north, the armadillo is being spotted more frequently. They've been traveling up rivers and streams to the Midwest in recent years, and thousands of them are being spotted year-round as far north as Nebraska, Iowa, and Illinois. The exact reason these animals are migrating north is unclear, but several studies have pointed to climate change and warming winters. Usually, the winters that we would expect for this area, the temperatures, would actually have taken care of them. They wouldn't survive, but they are surviving, said Dr. Augustine Jimenez, an associate professor of biological sciences at Southern Illinois University. Studies even suggest that armadillos could one day live as far north as Pennsylvania due to warmer winters. Colleen McDonough, an ecologist and armadillo expert at Georgia's Valdosta State University, said, "With warmer temperatures being found further north, armadillos could potentially be found in areas that were totally unexpected 20 years ago. And hey, you never know. Maybe the future NHL hockey team for Quebec City, Canada will be called the Quebec Armadillos."
Did you know that dog psychologists exist to try to help dogs overcome their shyness? The Huffington Post reports that a group of pet owners in Sweden brought their shy dogs to a gathering at a park, and it was all captured on film and posted by Sophia Roston on the Instagram account she made for her rescue dog named Keela. A dog psychologist put together the event, according to Roston. The meetup was intended to help the owner's dogs who are shy, or calm, as Roston described Keela to CNN. Roston explained that the meetup lasted about an hour, and that the dogs actually had a pretty good time at first. But much like us humans, they got a little overwhelmed by all the socializing and body sniffing by the end, and things began to get adorably awkward. So much so that Roston decided to record the gathering and post the hilarious footage on her dog's account. "This was almost at the end of the meeting, and we all thought it looked so funny, so I recorded it," Roston wrote on Instagram. She perfectly sums up the dog's visible discomfort over making any kind of eye contact with each other by writing over the video, "It's like a pasture of cows." When Roston posted the video on TikTok, it got over 4 million likes. As for Keela, she may be a bit uncomfortable with other four-legged furballs, but seems to be pretty outgoing around her humans. So even though Keela may have been trying to catch flies instead of another dog's frisbee at the end of the introvert gathering, she still deserves a belly rub for at least trying.
If you want to see all our videos about real news stories that are funny, stupid, or weird, click the subscribe button below. I mean, hey, my cat's gotta eat.